Good morning, this is Dr. Steve Shield, and today I'd like to go over the solution to the end of module project for Module 4. This particular project, the class average was only 61.3%, and there are a couple of reasons for that. First of all, procrastination. Some of you are waiting to the last day to start the module. You do your readings, your trainings, and then you jump right into the module, and you're not giving yourself enough time to do a good job. Modules 4, 5, 6, and 7 are more difficult than the first three because they're covering more advanced techniques. But if attempting the assignments without doing the readings, without doing training, and you go right into the assignment, you're asking for trouble. So cut yourself a break. You're good students. Start the work earlier in the week. Definitely read the materials over, do the training sessions, and then the assignments, again, can guarantee you will be a bit easier. Now back to the assignment. Let's look at some of the project steps. Getting started, we took care of that. Let's see, project step number 1. Nadia Khalif, an office manager for the Conyers Law Office, Dallas, has prepared this spreadsheet, but she needs our help to finish it, apparently. We're the experts. Go to the, okay, what is the spreadsheet for? Okay, she's looking at different loans for the company to do a network transition, and she needs our help. So the first thing she's looking at or asking is, can we go to the loans payment calculator worksheet that she's already figured out a little bit and resize row 1 to a height of 8.25. So let's give that a try. Loan payment calculator worksheet. Here's the row in question. What she wants to do is just move everything up higher so it looks a little bit nicer. So I'll right click on that, row height, and I'll put in the 8.25. Now for step 2. Cell D4 has a defined name, which is unnecessary, for a cell that will not be used in a formula. Delete the name of the cell D4 from the worksheet. I think that cell contains a date, and we're not going to be using this date in any type of calculations. Okay, we're back to the spreadsheet. Let's go to, in this case, formulas. Click on that. And then over here we see the name manager. We can define a new name, use names and formulas, create from a selection of names. But let's click on name manager. And there's that date, and we're not going to be using that in a calculation, so we can delete it. Now if I go back to D4, it just gives me the cell reference rather than a name. Nadia, in step 3, wants us to assign some names to other cells, basically to help write formulas, to make them more clear. Your spreadsheet might be shared with a colleague or perhaps even a boss, and that would make things easier for them to understand what you've done. Step 3, in the range D5 through D7, define the names based on the values in C5 through C7. Okay, and then there's the second one, in the range F5 through F7, set up the names for the values that are in the range E5 through E7. Okay, let's select C5 through D7. Here are the values, and we want these to be the names. So let's go back to formulas. Let's create the names from a selection of names. And notice that the names are over here in the left column, so it's already clicked, so I'm just going to hit OK. And we should have those names. Now let's check ourselves for a second. Go to formulas, name manager. Oh yes, okay, there are the new names. The second range was from E4 over to F7. These values have not yet been determined, but these are going to be their names. So let's do the same thing. Back to formulas, back to create from a selection. And again, we're correct, it's the left column. The values here, the names there. So hit OK. And we should have those columns, or the names. Okay, got it. Step 4, Nadia needs to calculate the monthly payments for the loan for this transition. And she wants to put that formula in cell F5. In her formula, using the PMT function, financial function, insert a negative sign in front so that we see a positive result when it gives us the answer. The three arguments are going to be the rate divided by 12. How many payments? Remember, the term is 10 years, so that'd be 120 payments. And then the original loan amount, so that we can compute that rate based on that amount. Let's try this out. Okay, here's the cell, the monthly payment. It's going to be a formula, so I'll just hit an equal in there. You can see the equal there. And then they said put a minus because we're going to turn the PMT function to something positive. The idea behind that is, when you make a payment, it sometimes can be hurtful. It's a negative balance to your budget. But here we just want to see the payment as a positive value. So let's go to formulas, financial formula. And let's look for that PMT function. Okay, now it's asking us to put in the values. Now the rate of the loan is 7.825% for the year, and we want the monthly payments, so we can take that rate. In fact, I can just go over here, and I want to divide that by 12. Notice the result is there. The number of payments, like we said, the term, excuse me, I better get over here, term times 12, and we'll get 120 payments for the loan. The original amount of the loan was over here in loan amount. Notice it would come out as a negative, but we put the minus up there, so it's now going to look positive on our spreadsheet. And the total monthly payments are going to be $3,937.24.